Well, hello there, you handsome devils. You, Maliarenko here, bringing you another new series I'm going to do until it's done. Not forever and ever, just until it's done, until we finish the game. ShadowRun returns! This guy right here, ShadowRun. Cyberpunk universe, or I guess the ShadowRun universe. It's a cyberpunky type of thing. If you're not familiar with ShadowRun, it is a RPG style game, isometric looking. You'll see soon what that is. You know, kind of turn-based. You do stuff, other people do stuff. Eventually kill all the enemies, and then you win. If you're not familiar with the ShadowRun universe is, the ShadowRun universe is a... How should I put this? It's kind of a mating, a blending, a mixing of two universes. You have the fantasy universe, and you have like the dystopian dark future type of universe. Basically, the story is at the end of the Mesoamerican long count calendar. You know, that calendar everyone talks about, the end of the world. In 2050, it ends the. You know, it kind of that's the end of some magical era. And basically what happens is people turn into orcs or trolls or whatever. Dragons appear back on the earth. Magic happens. Things become different. But it's 2050, so it's the near future, right? So you have, like, you know, megacorporations taking over everything. The collapse of societies. Seattle's now a city-state, which is where this story takes place. And that kind of stuff. You know, there's a worldwide Matrix-style thingy going on. Lots of cool stuff. You know, you can get cyberware. You can get anything you want, basically. But, like I said, it's kind of a bit of a dystopian style of thing. In the ShadowRun universe, the whole point of it is people tend to settle their disputes and kind of get the things they want via the use of Shadowrunners. This bad boy here. And Shadowrunners are, you know, made up of, you know, all the various races. And they typically form teams based on money to go do stuff and get more money. We're going to be playing a Dwarven Street Samurai because... Hell yeah, and look at this portrait. How could you not like that portrait? Beard. Beard is good. Anyway, yeah, that'll be our dude. We're gonna play a Street Samurai. Street Samurais are kind of like the bruiser-ish class. Not the totally bruiser-ish class, but they're up there. Do I want... Anyway. Yeah, so the whole point is... What am I trying to say here? The whole point is, you know, you're a Shadowrunner. You're a Shadowrunner, kind of down on their luck. You're trying to get back in the saddle. Kind of want to do a bit of charisma. Let's wait for some charisma. I'll get some quickness or something, or strength. Okay, do I want to be a melee dwarf, or do I want to be a shooting dwarf? That's the question. Anyway, so you start off as a Shadowrunner. You kind of do your thing, and you're falling on hard times, as you'll see in the story right away. Once we get to it, once I decide what my stats are going to be, and you kind of just try and get by in the, you know, the shitty, terrible world that we live in. It's great. Willpower. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump up some sort of attacking skill. Body or strength? Melee. I don't like melee, to be honest. I'm gonna get some ranged combat. Yeah, we're already on the way to ranged combat, so might as well. I want some SMG, level 2. Level 2 of SMG. I'm a big fan of SMGs. Ooh, though. You know what? I think we'll do rifles. Because rifles are awesome. Anyway, bring out the big guns. I kind of want to play a Street Samurai because I can kind of afford to put some more points into charisma, which is good, I guess, maybe. Oh. We could just be a big, strong, tough guy, and that'd be fine too. But we're going to be a Street Samurai Dwarf. You can choose an etiquette right off the bat, and basically etiquettes kind of gives you options to, you know, get a bonus of, yeah, some sort of bonus. And we're going to be an old, grizzled Shadowrunner, and our name shall be Bart. Barty? Bartu? Bartholomew? Let's just do Bart. Bart the dwarf. Oh, wait, it's a nickname. Ooh. Punty? Oh, yeah? I think Punty's the one. Punty has to be it. Don't call me Punty. So, Down and out. Your apartment. 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad. But right now, it's about all you have left. Running the Shadows is all about feast or famine. One day, you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slag and Fixer has it called. The money's run out and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by Megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs to change, and soon. So we're starting off as a poor, destitute former Shadowrunner named Punty, who looks totally badass. We've got nowhere to go but down. A slip of paper with your bank balance enough to cover you through the end of the week. All right, well, you know, nothing like a deadline. Computer, state of the art in 2050. It's broken since 2051. Dude, my guy's like a complete shitter. Notebook, calendar, contracts. Who do we have as contacts? No responses. Dead. Missing. Dead. Question mark? Probably dead. 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 List goes on. All either dead or just plain dead. Nothing to do on the calendar. Well. Oh, got a phone call. Let's see what this is. Who's there? The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Shouldn't have given you my comm code, gonk. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. Probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Probably my fault. Wonder where you are right now. Bet you had a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you hadn't heard in a long time. Cue flashback. So yeah, my style for this is going to be reading stuff. I might do voices. I don't know. We'll see how I'm doing in each episode. Sangoma. Hey, lady. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during her run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Punty. Late for another appointment, Sangoma? Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna do that one all the time. Gotta work on that one. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. Oh my god, look at that. He looks such a derp. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd. Never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. Shakes his head. Hate this fragging city, Punty. It's wet and rain, feels like acid, and I want out of here. Shut your screamer, man. Soka, sorry. I'm just really ready to go home. Portland's way more my speed. I don't know, Punty. Sam's a good guy. Can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottles pretty good lately. Never on a run, so far. But it needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer's late. Bastard better show. We need the money. I want to get paid as much as you, buddy, but we need to live long enough to actually drink the new yen we earn. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. It wasn't the fixer some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. That's a grammar error. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. My hands are shaking. Own up, Sam. If you screwed up, you admit it. I'll admit if there's something to admit. I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Wait a second. We were set up. And he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before I unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. You should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Hands where I can see them, asshole. I should do a Batman voice for my dwarf Punty. What, you gonna take my gun away, Punty? You know I don't need one. Got incoming. We've got incoming. I don't know what that voice is supposed to be. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. Should have chose our friends more carefully, Punty. Buy you a drink after this? You'll owe me several. So, let's hyper-murder that guy, because he's an asshole. And fight off these dudes as part of this tutorialization of the game. Ow. What a dickbag. -1 AP. Okay, so how the combat works in this game is you have action points. You typically start with 2 action points. I don't need help. You start with 2 action points. I think I'm going to use this gun. Start with a couple action points. I'm now down an action point, so I can only do one thing that I want to. You have 3 characters. You can kind of do whatever you want in whatever order. And they, well, I mean, you'll see. You'll have chance hit percentages above their heads. Shoot them. They take damage. There's a kind of a bit of a cover mechanic as well. As you can see, I'm going to hide behind here and murder this asshole. And ooh, is she a shaman? I think she is. I could probably do some magic here. Oh, I can. Interesting. So yeah, there's magic. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. The bear's pretty fun. He heals everybody from the damage they just took. And then she shoots some guys in the face. So yeah, she's a shaman. She's kind of like a spiritual spellcaster. Kind of takes the cleric role if you're familiar with typical D&D tropes. Oh, there's an item up there. Kind of want that. Punty, how about you go start running up there? You run your little legs. Anyway, yeah, there's shamans, street samurai are kind of your toughs. We had the rigger back there, if you were paying attention. Riggers kind of use drones. Deckers are kind of like the hackers. They're kind of an interesting class. He had that coming. Interesting class. Yeah, the Deckers, you can do the Matrix stuff. They basically like hack into things and go run around in cyberspace to pick stuff up. Okay, so let's go there. Get by some cover again. And you know what? Let's take a double shot here. Yeah, that's good. One more shot with Sangoma here. Put her in some better cover. Or maybe we'll summon a monster. What's this guy? Typhoon! Cool. So yeah, shamans can summon things. Not quite sure what Sam is. It's probably just a street samurai or something like that. Like our good friend, the Punster here. And so the mechanics of the game are basically you go through these fights and you do missions. You have to pay your dudes to do missions. So you gotta you gotta have money, you gotta have dosh to pay dudes, which is kind of a fun part of the game. You gotta make sure you're not paying him too much. Oh god. That's a good grenade. Yeah, you have to make sure you're not paying him too much, so you're actually making money on runs, but yeah, it's kind of it's an interesting one. Interesting gameplay. Okay, so yeah, here's how the shaman mechanic works. You can basically take a chance to give a dude a bunch of stuff. So your summons, they can get a number of action points based on how risky you want to feel. Perfect. Walk over here. Give some support to my punty guy. I don't summon stuff. Oh, it ran away all the way. Nice. Yeah, shoot him. Let's run behind this guy here. I'm out of ammo. We'll reload the next turn. So yeah, kind of just go through turn-based, your typical turn-based game, and hopefully don't die. You'll see, like, this is kind of just a tutorial, just kind of give people kind of an idea of how the game plays. 10% chance, I'll take that. Yeah, give an idea of people how the game plays. Not particularly hard, I would say. Sometimes the maps can get a little difficult, and if you don't plan your run properly, you might get some real bad stuff happening to you. Oh, don't shoot Punty. Ah, can't beat my bar. Give him a reload. And double shot. That's not so great. Sam, you roll up there. I love SMGs, by the way. They're awesome. But we can get a whole bunch of, happiness from rifles as well. Long range, kind of nice to have. You kind of don't want your main character to be up in the front lines either. But I did pick a, samurai, so we'd have a bit of a benefit to that. Sangoma lowers her gun to eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy. He looks shaken. It was a hell of a thing. Part of life, Sam. You know that. You're born for this gig, Punty. Me, not so much. Think I'm gonna hang it up, find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me? I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Ah, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna outlast you. Guess you could drink to me. Famous last words, Sam. Those probably weren't your last words. This is a flashback after all. Lots of things could have happened between then and now and then. Stare at Fam's face in your comm link. Shake off the memory. Focus. Had you back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would I care? Who'd care if I die? Who'd give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is on the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. Got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain, when the job is done. They'll know what to do. Turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We'll then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We'll not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camlink swivels back to Sam. Look, Punty, I've led a direct life, and I've probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'd say my schedule's pretty clear right now. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted into my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you find me. See you on the slab. Rip in peace, Sam. Rip in peace. Actually, no, well, Seattle can't be any worse than this. I like having a little grumpy dwarf named Punty. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. I like that, Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, illegal chop shops, body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for you new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's bodies ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. I love the smell of death and bleach in the morning. Alright, let's see what's going on. I'm in the back! Oh, I gotta get a good voice for this guy. He's awesome. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only is slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. Let's loot this place before we talk to him. You know, as you do. Oh, nothing to loot? Alright, let's talk to Dresden. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes. There might be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect any visitor this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Punty. I'm here about Sam Watts. And what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. Followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it, what with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam's digital ghost. Oh, do I tell him about the money? Nah, I'll talk about Sam's digital ghost. Don't talk about the money. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. All right, let me loot your stuff. I know I can. Hello? Maybe? Ah, well. Let's go look at the body. It's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper? Huh, I guess classics never go out of style. Not my title, just what the Seattle press that's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that like the original Jack, a Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. This one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Delicious. Trophy hunter. What was it? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, the third had the spleen removed. Dresden! Dresden, get out of here! Let's loot furiously while he's looking away. As you do. Hear about new Sam. I'm here about the new Ripper victim. Item picked up. Got a med kit. Let's loot everything from Sam's body. Poor Sam. He's dead. Pencil thin incision covered by dry blood. Huh. Took the corpse and took the liver and that's it. Business card. Moving things around. A seamstress union. Okay. Cred stick. Take the cred stick. Aw yeah, 300 new yen. I'm on the up. Look at the purple shirt. Sam's shirts, several of the buttons missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked through it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Oh god. Handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and blood stains. Feel that we're something. We have been blah 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 along, blah blah blah. Sorry, see you there. Love, Jessica. Put down the evidence bag. Alright. So we know what's going on. Let's go talk to McCluskey here. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, it smells cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new victim, new Ripper Vic, Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case might take the lieutenant's badge. I already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic that removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. He has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. Aficionado! You're no damn help, dwarf. Finally notices me. Who the hell are you? I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, let me tell you. I run the show. If you get in my way, you'll end up back here on a slab. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cellar box this week and claiming my promotion. Oh god, that voice is going to be hard to do. Don't know if I'll keep that one up, folks. I like Dresden's voice, though. Do you always make friends that easily? Great at dinner parties, too, buddy. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return the favor. Fascinating again! Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it put another 10 million on a week on his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. You have honor after fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? Who's holding the leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looked up for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? Ooh, committed suicide. Official. Okay. My name's on the report, but I'm actually finding left some doubts. I can't say it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms. She didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. How much organ's worth? Not too much. Body's worth lots, apparently. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors do. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, and I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Here to the Seamstress Union. It's a club. Interesting. Probably like it. Me, I'm not really going out tight. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. Where was Sam killed? You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Duh. Okay. Sure. By body lockers, I mean I'm gonna go loot these things too. Grab. Ooh, a basic med kit. Don't mind if I do. Dock wagon basic trauma kit. Don't mind if I do. Poke. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. That's kind of warm. Open the drawer. Body seems to be in very good cheese. Whoa, easy there. I don't know why he's a surfer, but he's a surfer now. One quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told you, John, to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. No, I like this one. You're just sleeping in a freezer. Freezer for dead people. Don't tell me you haven't considered it. Cheaper than a coffin hotel, and the service is just as good. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's the story? I'm looking to the depth of the Sam Watts. Corner seems thinking help me out, buddy. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. Thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Hint, hint. Thanks for volunteering me. Alright then, name's Jake. Call me Punty. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive in the deep end. Right in the deep end here, Jake. For Punty, John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He's hanging out the Seamstress Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. Been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. Out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. Ooh, maybe I need that soy calf after all. John, can you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there was a big fat corp bounty on his head. And looks like gangers attacked him for it. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Though he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminded me of my last stay in this place. Wait, done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Jake here's a regular. Should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you get a free night's stay. I'll hold you that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you could look like you can hand yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. The leader's got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to where he's murdered. Maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, you've been hiding. Sleep in the dumpster. I want a rifle. Don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. So, ready for an evening out in the town? If you're buying. Alright, we can leave whenever. And I think this is where I put a cut in the video. So folks, thanks for joining me. My name's Mal, and you can look forward to more horrible voice-destroying voices in the near future.